This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
For the next 30 minutes, I'm going to get a chance to share with you how the OPTAVIA vehicle can actually help you to create optimal health and well-being in your life. And we're going to get a chance to share some great coach transformational stories. So over the next 30 minutes, I want you to sit tight and get a chance to really understand that this vehicle of OPTAVIA can actually become a vehicle to create the life that you desire. I never even knew it was possible 10 years ago. All I was looking for was a way to get healthier physically. But what happened for me is I had a great awakening. I had an awakening that taught me that I could actually become a creator of optimal health and well-being, and all I had to do was simply start adopting the habits of health. And through this program and with the help of a personal OPTAVIA coach, I became awakened to this idea of not only creating it for myself, but beginning to create it for my family, my friends, my coworkers. And as a person that wasn't really excited about health coaching, I became more excited because it wasn't just health coaching, it was OPTAVIA coaching. OPTAVIA stands for the optimal way of living. And this is the strategy that I could get behind because I wasn't really good at health, but I was excited to create optimal health and well-being in my life. And the changes in my life were substantial. And I wanted to share this with other people that struggled. And I knew a lot of people that struggled. Do you know a lot of people that struggle with physical health challenges? And almost 40% of Americans are now in that category of being obese and suffering from so many weight-related diseases and lifestyle-related diseases like high blood pressure and cholesterol problems and diabetes and heart disease and all kinds of other complications. And they're oftentimes not able to live a vibrant life. And I didn't want them to do that. I had a lot of family and friends that I wanted to share this physician-led program that had a storied history. It had a great medical background and had a lot of financial acumen in terms of the financial markets. And they were actually listed as one of the top 100 most trustworthy companies in the country by Forbes magazine in 2016 and 2017. And so if you're looking for a vehicle to take you beyond the idea of just better physical health, that may be where you start with this program. But what may come of this is a better mental health process for you. You may end up becoming healthier from a mental perspective or an emotional perspective because you are learning to become a creator in your life. You're learning to actually share this creation process with other people. And by helping other people to become successful in creating their own health and well-being, you too will get healthier financially because the company has a compensation plan that rewards people for coaching people to create optimal health and well-being in their life. Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson is our co-founder and has been the pioneer in this idea of creating optimal health and well-being in one's life. He left critical care medicine almost 20 years ago because he knew that the current system was set up in the wrong method to solve the health crisis. It was great for reacting to disease when infectious diseases were, challenging our land, but he knew that medicine needed to be moved into the third era. Preventative care. He knew that people needed to become the dominant force in their own health. He knew that the healthcare system wasn't going to do that. And so what he did was he designed a physician-led health and lifestyle coaching program that taught people how to adopt one healthy habit at a time to create lifelong transformation. And what this program offered was 4 specific components. These 4 components, when combined together, created a comprehensive lifestyle coaching program. We're going to go through those really quick so that you know what the 4 components are. And we're going to get a chance to interview some people that have had some great success stories with our program and with our coach opportunity. So the first element, the component is the OPTAVIA coach. Our OPTAVIA coaches are not people that have gone to school for decades on coaching because our program is physician-led. The program has all the science behind it and has all the structure, what our coaches are trained and certified on is the idea of becoming a caring, knowledgeable coach professional that is providing one-on-one support using the physician-led lifestyle program. See, the coach's role is to guide people to adopt the healthy habits, not to teach them the healthy habits. And they provide encouragement and support over the phone and on the internet from the comfort of their own home or from just a simple handheld device like a mobile device like a cell phone. By doing the weekly coaching calls, 5 to 15 minutes at max, we're able to provide individuals with a structure of accountability, encouragement, and support. And using the Habits of Health transformational system, we're able to provide them with the educational component, but we're able to do it in a need-to-know basis. The books, the workbooks, and all of the different videos and resources that are online, like podcasts and webinar recordings and videos, act as a supplement that the coach can direct to their clients to help them to become awakened to what it means to create optimal health and well-being in their life. And this leads to lifelong transformation. This is not a diet, it's not a detox, and it's not an exercise program. And to share a little bit more about her experience, I've invited one of our recent clients and new OPTAVIA coaches, Jessica McMurray, to share a little bit about her journey on OPTAVIA. Jessica, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, David. I'm so glad that I can be here with you guys today. And I want to tell you a little bit about the two women that you see in this picture. So the woman on the left was exhausted. I was stressed out. I had zero energy, and I had a 1-year-old. And so for me, I was at my breaking point, and I needed help. And luckily, my coach, Danielle, reached out to me, and she took, the time to reach out to me several times. And I'm so glad she did, because after 3.5 months, I'm down 50 pounds. And through her incredible support and belief in me, I was able to do it, and I am not looking back. And the woman on the right is full of confidence and joy and passion for what I'm doing. And I loved it so much, and I found my why through this entire process. And I was able to figure out that my passion in my life is to help others, to be an encourager, to help people find a program that transformed my life from the inside out, and to help them transform their lives and move forward optimal health. And if I can have even a small piece of that journey, I find fulfillment for myself, for my family individually. And I'm so proud of this program and what I've been able to accomplish. And I'm so excited to help the individuals that I've signed up and are on this journey with.
So good, Jessica. I love new coaches that have the enthusiasm that you do, just like I did when I first started. But tell the people that are watching today that maybe they have a really busy life. I mean, you're a busy corporate executive. You have a young baby at home. You have a lot of responsibilities. How do you find the time to help other people on their health journey? What does that look like for you?
So for me, I do have a very stressful job, which got me into the weight that I was in. And so I've been able to find balance through that. And it sounds crazy that I would work such a stressful job and crazy busy hours, but be able to figure out how to coach others. And so what I found is that you find time for what's important to you. And it may mean I miss something with a family member or an event, because I have invested time in people and their story and helping their journey. So I can tell you that if you've considered health coaching and it's something you're like, I don't have time for that. Believe me, you do, because you make time for what's important and you prioritize. And if this is something you're passionate about, give it a shot. You never know what you can accomplish. And I just would encourage you to consider it.
Thanks so much, Jessica. And that's so true. What most people do is that they overthink it. They are in a position where they think of themselves as being overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed is a choice. Yes, you are busy, but many people are overwhelmed, but they are choosing to not be reactive to their circumstances. They're choosing to become creative about designing the life that they want and that they desire. And so by putting themselves into position to lead another person to better health and well-being, they don't have to take on the responsibility or the weight of the world and add one more thing that's going to complicate their life. They actually add structure they add organization, they add efficiencies, and they add education. And what happens is that the more people learn, the more they become, and the more they become, the more they achieve. And what happens is what we initially believe to be true is proven to be false. And we actually are able to get healthier no matter how busy we are and help other people at the very same time. So the OPTAVIA coach and the OPTAVIA, or the Habits of Health Lifestyle Transformation System from Dr. Anderson, are the first two components. The second two components are the OPTAVIA community, which includes our local and virtual community events. So we have virtual community that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where people can come in and get recipes and encouragement and have dialogue with real people that are just like them, that are overcoming the barriers to get healthier and to help other people to get healthier. So by providing this online environment in the virtual or the local environment, we get a chance to be surrounded by people that are doing health and well-being in their life. They are the creators. And by providing that support environment, we're creating a catalyst for helping people to overcome very challenging circumstances, because people do what people do. And then we provide support calls. We provide weekly webinars called the Habits of Health videos. And then we also have a virtual support system where you can actually call in and speak to registered dietitians and licensed nutritionists. And we also have our fourth component, which is the fuelings. Our fuelings are our revenue driver. We take the food budget away from McDonald's or some of the places that are the unhealthy environments, and we redirect it into a healthier source of nutrition that's got all the simplicity to it, so people don't have to count calories or points or carbs. They can just simply eat healthy 6 times a day. Every 2 to 3 hours, they have a healthy meal or snack. And we can use a combination of healthy natural foods that they would make on their own or eat out at a restaurant, along with our grab-and-go portion-controlled fuelings that are very nutrient-dense. They're calorie-sparse and carbohydrate-controlled, so they provide a very healthy source of energy. And they have the right amount of protein, carbs, and fats, and fiber, and all the 24 essential vitamins and minerals, and a healthy probiotic. These fuelings are scientifically designed to be healthy grab-and-go options to meet our clients at the speed of life. And we have lots of different meal plans, and so people's preferences and interests may differ, and so your differences may be different from another client or a friend or family member, but the good news is that everybody can participate in this program, regardless of their dietary requirements or restrictions, and we can end up helping them to design a meal plan that meets their personal interests. And to share a little bit more about her journey and helping people to eat healthier, I've invited Donni Alvarenga, who is a nurse practitioner prior to becoming an OPTAVIA coach, and now she is moving to nursing outside the box. Donni, talk a little bit more about your role as a nurse practitioner and how you thought health coaching through OPTAVIA would serve you and those around you.
Well, thanks, David. Well, you're right. You know, I was a pediatric nurse practitioner, and I chose to work with children because I wanted to raise healthy children that would never be sick adults. And this was prior to ever learning about OPTAVIA. I was trying to figure out in my career how I could help people be healthy. And I noticed that there was a huge population of kids that were coming through that were struggling with their weight, and they were just following in the footsteps of their parents. And the reason that caught my attention was because I was put on my first diet when I was 8 years old. And I was thinking, if I can help these kids grow up thinking it's cool to just make healthy choices, not to be on a diet, not to restrict themselves, but just cool to make healthy choices, then I can make a big difference in the world. And what I discovered inside the healthcare box was that it was a little bit challenging. It was very challenging, you know, with the bureaucracy of everything, to actually help people the way that I knew I wanted to help them. Not only was it frustrating to help them within the constraints of the bureaucracy, but I myself got pregnant with twins while I was running that program. And when I delivered my twins, I went on to gain 50 pounds after they were born. And that was within a year. And that was incredibly embarrassing. And I thought, wow, if I can't even do it myself with all of the knowledge that I have and all of the passion that I have, how in the world can I help someone else? And what I've discovered is that not everybody has twins, but everybody has their own version of crazy going on in their life. And the idea of having healthy grab-and-go meals was brilliant. Ironically, it was part of what I resisted most, and yet it was exactly what I really, really needed when I was not sleeping with 2 little babies. And the idea of having a coach calling me, oh my goodness, someone that I had to be accountable to, it was life changing. And so what this program has done is it has translated all the theoretical knowledge, all of the book knowledge that I had researched into actual practice, where we can actually do the things that we know and therefore create the results that we want. We create a controlled environment where we know what kind of results we can help people create. You know, I was able to lose about 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep most of that off thanks to all of the tools. I literally spoke to my coach today, and we were just celebrating how crazy it could be, right? And so what these tools do is it helps us kind of not only create results, but sustain them as well.
I love hearing your story as a health professional because it gives great credibility to what it is that we do every day as health coaches. And beyond just the idea of health coaching, we are actually doing OPTAVIA coaching. We're helping people to create optimal health and well-being in all aspects of what we call the trilogy of optimal health and well-being: healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. So clients that come into our program don't just get into a nutritional program that is focused on helping them to react to the problems that they have in their life and to solve those problems physically. We're actually helping people to become empowered to create the physical health that they desire and to do the things in life that they really want to do, which is healing to the mind. And by helping them to become a healthier and happier and fulfilled person that's living their life on purpose, they are now beginning to become attractive to the people around them, to want to be with them. And so what happens is a very natural, organic process. When somebody gets healthier with our program, they oftentimes decide that they want to become an OPTAVIA coach because it reinforces their decision to be healthier. It also allows them to make a difference in the world. And most of people that we talk to feel like that they're more successful in their careers or their financial bank accounts than they are significant. So it gives them an opportunity to have more purpose and meaning to their life. And they also get a chance to have something that's very fun and rewarding to do. When you get a chance to talk to another human being and they have a sense of enthusiasm because you've given them a gift that's helping them to transform all aspects of their life, you actually have a good time. It's fun to celebrate with people that are transforming their life, and you also get compensated for it. Imagine that. A career, an opportunity, or a hobby that you could do that was fun and rewarding, and you got paid to do it. You didn't have to pay to do it. And this is one of those things where it's $199 to become a coach. This is not expensive. And you can leave a lasting legacy. These next two panelists are two friends of mine that have left a lasting legacy on the clients and coaches that they're working with, but they've also left a lasting legacy on me. Mike and Karyn.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Good to be here. Donni, good to always be working with you. And Jessica, welcome. I feel great being here with you all. As David said, that Karyn and I are servant leaders. We've been serving in the church for quite some time. I served as a church planter, but most importantly, I'm a big thinker. At least I'm a big thinker when it came to portion control about 10 years ago. And I would just continue to pile on things with that big thinking in mind. And what was happening, because my size, I was up at my largest 320 pounds in that picture that you saw. And I was now, my thinking was becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And so David became my health coach and started me on a journey. I lost over 100 pounds on this program. And the process that we've gone through and the progress of really continuing the big mindset and moving forward to help others. So I'm a servant leader, but now I'm working with other servant leaders who are doing a marketplace ministry and reaching out to people and helping them dream big dreams again. And so it's been amazing to go from the process of just a few clients, and I'm making my car payment, making my house payment, bringing my wife home, who was a housekeeper. And now I just recently resigned my full-time spot. And so I am moving into full-time health coaching with OPTAVIA. So we're looking forward to taking this trilogy out and about and helping other people become big thinkers. We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, thanks for having us on the call tonight, David. You know, I really feel like my story, my weight loss story, boy, that's an old story. You know, and at first, that's what I was most excited about. You know, I was cleaning houses, like Mike said. I was at 280 pounds, and I was busted and disgusted, as David likes to say. And, you know, I spent my days alone pretty much. You know, I wore dirty t-shirts and sweats to work. And, you know, I was not in a good place physically, but man, worse than that, I was in a bad place mentally. I didn't feel like I was contributing very much to the world. You know, I always had this thought in the back of my head, like, you know, I think I'm supposed to make a bigger impact. I just really do. And so my story, what I'm appreciating about my story right now is what's happened after my weight loss. So I lost 115 pounds on the program with the help of my health coach. It was easy. You know, that was just the first step. Then I began to get my self-esteem back, right? Just wink at me if you've got a self-esteem issue, you know? And I think that was weighing heavier on my mind and on my heart than the weight was. So what happened was I got healthy. I began to perk up. And then David said, you know what, Karyn, I think you could help some other people do this. And I thought, why would he say that to me? Why in the world would he say that to me, a frumpy old, you know, housekeeper who is not the picture of health, but he believed in me. And I said, okay, I'll try it. Well, fast forward now, the most exciting part of my story was today. Today, I've been a health coach for a little over 10 years. Today is my client support day, and I have had so many conversations today, you guys, with people who are getting their self-esteem back. They're getting their self-image back. That mental weight is coming off. One coach said to me today, she said, Karyn, I think I want to do what you do, because she said, you're so calm. And I didn't have that kind of calmness before in my life. My life was chaotic. It was stressful. It was panic. You know, we didn't live paycheck to paycheck. We lived like paycheck to Thursday, you know. I didn't have any calmness in my life. And I think part of the reason I love OPTAVIA so much is what it's turning me into. It's turning me into the person I always thought I was supposed to be. I love what my daughter Ellery says to me. She's 27 now. And she said, you know, Mom, I love OPTAVIA because of the woman it's turning you into. And she said, I can honestly say I want to be just like you. Mm-hmm. This for me has been a personal journey of emotional intelligence, of growing up, of showing up and becoming everything that I knew in my heart that I was meant to be. And I know that there are a lot of you listening on the call tonight. You're listening to the recording or you're here live. And do you hear that in the back of your head? That little voice that says, you know what? What if I was put here to do something bigger? I want you just to explore that. You know, go back to the person that invited you to this call. Because I will tell you, I didn't believe that I could do it, but my health coach did. And my husband did. And now my clients do. My daughter does. And I think that's probably the most significant part of this OPTAVIA program. It's a personal development company. And I had no idea. I had no idea. So my best encouragement for you tonight, pull back the curtain and see what this thing really is. This thing has changed my life. And I'm not talking about what the scale says. I'm talking about what my heart says and how I talk to myself now. It's just an amazing program. And David, I can't thank you enough. And I can't thank Dr. A enough for what this has turned me into.
So good, Karyn and Mike. Thanks so much for sharing. And, you know, I mean, obviously you can imagine how I feel hearing them share this. And they've been doing this for 10 years. And every time I get a chance to hear their story, it improves. It doesn't get worse. Can you imagine making a difference in somebody else's life, and every time you talk to them, their life is getting better and they're thanking you for it? That's the cool thing that comes with OPTAVIA. And so when we talk about the compensation of goodwill, that's what we're talking about. Some of us are working hard for our money, but what about the opportunity to hear that we're making a difference and that the work that we're doing is changing lives and helping people to become better parents and better husbands and wives, and better business leaders in their careers. Most people come into OPTAVIA and they start off as an OPTAVIA coach. They don't come in and leave their full-time careers. They come in with the heart to serve and to help another person to get healthy, just one sometimes. And what happens from there is that they begin to see who they truly are and what they're capable of. I can remember the conversations with many of coaches, and Karyn and Mike are just two of them. But I can remember the conversation, and it really wasn't what Karyn thought about herself that was the problem. It was about all the things that she thought that she wasn't. And I saw the potential within her. And maybe you're that person right now that you have a lot of potential inside you, but maybe you're not in a position that has been rewarded or recognized. And you just feel like that there's a vehicle out there that can help you to not only change your life, but to change other people's lives as well. And that's what OPTAVIA coaches do. They coach clients on our physician-led healthy lifestyle program. And then oftentimes what happens naturally is that people that are on our program decide to become coaches. They don't have to become coaches. They decide to become coaches because oftentimes they're changing visually in front of their friends and family members, and their friends and family members are asking them to help them. So people organically decide to become coaches, not because they get a discount on our products and program fuelings, but because they truly want to help people, because our program is not a wholesale buying club. It's actually a professional coaching program. And when we have the opportunity to serve another person to become a coach, we become a business coach. And we basically transfer skills and strategies to help that individual to become a successful OPTAVIA coach. And then if we continue to want to grow our businesses and to help more people, we can expand our businesses and become a business leader. And this is where you actually build teams of coaches, and you actually develop new competencies and new skills, and you get rewarded for those skill sets based on your performance. And so if you're helping lots of people to become healthier, and you're training up and equipping lots of leaders to train other people to become great health coaches through OPTAVIA, you can be rewarded for your efforts. And there's no income ceiling and there's no income floor. So there's no minimum performance. There are minimum standards that you have to meet in terms of performance. If you want to coach one person, you can. It's all completely focused on helping people to create optimal health and well-being. And it's not sales, it's actually relational. It's sharing and caring, not selling and telling. You're independent, you create your own hours. You can create spare time to part-time to full-time opportunities, and you can fit it into the cracks of your day like so many of our new OPTAVIA coaches do. The startup costs are only $199, and that gets you everything that you need to become operational besides a cell phone and an internet access. With that access, you can actually run your coaching business from anywhere in the world. Some people choose to use a tablet or a laptop, but that's just an extra requirement if you choose to use that. It's very flexible. You can do what you want with it when you want with it. It's just not optional. And there's no monthly purchase requirements to sustain your coaching ability and to receive income. And all of the training and support is provided. You don't have to travel to far off distant lands to get training. All the training is done virtually over the phone and on the internet. And then we do have a national convention that we do training out once a year. And you'll definitely want to contact the person that shared this with you to find out when the convention is, because it could be the very best time for you to join into the opportunity and start getting trained on how to become a coach face-to-face around thousands of other people that are getting healthier and helping other people to do it. All of the support is provided to you. You don't have to have an advanced educational degree or a master's degree in public health or nutrition or kinesiology. I have a degree in mass communication. I don't know a whole lot when it comes down to the details or the science behind health, but I know that we have great scientists and a great advisory board that does all that. So I get a chance to leverage what they've already created. And my job is just to help people to become educated on what it is, help them to get enrolled, and then encourage them on the program, and then to learn how to help more people to do the same thing. My business mentorship team and support team actually lead me and show me how to do all that. So I don't have to know everything today. I just have to be willing to learn. So if this is something that you are willing to consider, we would encourage you to reach out to the person that shared it with you and let them know that you'd like to explore further what it would look like to create optimal health and well-being in your life, and to coach other people to do the same. We hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you found it beneficial, please let the person know that invited you to watch it and share it with somebody that you think would benefit. Thanks, everybody. On behalf of all the panelists, we wish you a good night.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.